In this video, we're going to look at 10 players around the NFL that are in the midst of a breakout based on the first few weeks of 2022 and how they finished the season last year. Some of these are stars becoming superstars, some are more under the radar, but I didn't include any rookies for this list. We've got to start off with Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to do a full-length video on him, assuming he maintains this level of performance. But as someone who made a video titled "The Philadelphia Eagles Have a Jalen Hurts Problem" just 4 weeks ago, I think he should be the first player I discuss. And I think my criticisms of Jalen Hurts in that video were true at the time, but he's looked so much better this season operating from the pocket. According to PFF, he has 6 big-time throws and just 1 turnover-worthy play. And this is what Jalen Hurts has done. Every single year since he was at Alabama, he's taken a major step forward as a quarterback. San Francisco lost both of their starting safeties this offseason, and they didn't make any major investments at the position through the draft or free agency, so I assume that would be a weakness for them defensively. But Talanoa Hufanga has been all over the field. He leads all safeties with 9 run stops. He's only allowed 22 yards on 9 targets, and he has 2 pass breakups and an interception. So in the first 3 weeks, Talanoa Hufanga has been one of the most complete safeties in the NFL, and the 49ers seem to be doing a good job of restocking their secondary. Andrew Thomas is a great example of why we should be patient with offensive linemen and not call someone a bust if they struggle early on. He was the 4th overall pick, and he was generally viewed as pro-ready, at least for a tackle, but he struggled as a rookie. In 2020, he allowed a pressure rate of 9.3%, which was the worst in the NFL, 10 sacks, worst in the NFL. But last year, he cut his pressure rate down to 3.5% and only allowed 2 sacks. And through week 3 of this season, Andrew Thomas is PFF's highest graded offensive tackle. Having over 36-inch arms and being able to slide around the pocket like this is just a powerful combination. There's a lot of pass rushers that just don't have any way of getting around him. Gregory Rousseau had a solid rookie season, but on the first Thursday night game, week 1, he stood out immediately as a breakout candidate to keep track of. He's a major impact in run defense. His length just makes engaging with blocks seem effortless. The pre-draft concern with Rousseau was that he wouldn't be able to win off the edge, but he's playing almost all of his snaps outside, and he's PFF's 8th highest graded edge rusher through the first 3 weeks. Josh Allen has always been an above-average pass rusher, but this year he's winning more often and more decisively, and he's starting to emerge as a true number 1. He currently ranks 3rd among NFL defenders in total pressures, and if Travon Walker can approach his potential in the next couple years, Jacksonville's edge duo will be pretty scary. Having Josh Allen on the other side will be great for Travon Walker's development, especially if he continues on this upward trajectory. Amon-Ra St Brown had at least 70 receiving yards in each of the final 6 games of his rookie season, and he currently ranks 9th in receiving yards through week 3. He doesn't have a bunch of elite traits necessarily, he's just good at every aspect of playing wide receiver. He's a crafty route runner, he doesn't drop passes, and he produces after the catch. So he really has the ideal slot skill set. He's inarguably Detroit's best weapon at the moment, so I expect him to remain the focal point of their offense. Justin Madubuike is an undersized defensive tackle with a lot of traits to develop into a good penetrating 3 technique. He was a 3rd-round pick in 2020, and he flashed at times throughout his first 2 seasons, but he's put together 3 of his best performances to start out the year. He already has 9 pressures, and his career high for a season is 13. And he's just a difficult player to block because he plays with such good leverage and his hand usage is really improving. This is yet another example of the Ravens drafting and developing a defensive lineman or edge rusher from the middle rounds of the draft. Jeff Okudah had pretty much the worst case scenario first 2 seasons in the NFL. He dealt with an Achilles tear, injuries as a rookie, I believe, and when he was on the field, he didn't look good at all. But this season, he looks like a high-quality cornerback at minimum. He's cut his yards per cover snap allowed from 2.3 in his first 2 seasons to 0.8 this year, and he pretty much shut down Justin Jefferson. There's a lot of season left, and we'll learn whether he's going to live up to his draft position or just be a solid corner, but Jeff Okudah's stock is definitely on the rise. Terence Steele struggled early in his career with penalties and pass protection, but he's made significant improvements each season, and at this point he's a top 16 right tackle. He's only allowed 3 pressures on 117 pass blocking snaps, and he has the 10th highest PFF run blocking grade among offensive tackles. It wasn't that long ago that the outlook of Dallas's offensive line was pretty bleak, but Terence Steele and Tyler Smith are playing at a really high level. Benjamin St Juste is probably the biggest sleeper on this list, and it's still a bit of a projection, but there aren't many 6'3" corners with his short area quickness and change of direction ability. He ran a 6.63 in the 3-cone, which is 93rd percentile, and he's not just a combine star. Those numbers translate to the football field. This year, he's allowed 7 receptions on 18 targets for 101 yards, and he has 3 pass breakups. So he's still a young player with not much experience, but his start to the season should make you excited as a Washington fan. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and if there's any players that you want film breakdowns on, let me know in the comments.